Ernabel DeMillo is standing by live with a story about some lawsuits that have been filed against area hospitals. Ernabel.
Well, that's right, Bill. Yesterday, or actually, I'm sorry, this week, a jury ordered 2 Long Island hospitals to pay my guest here, Susan Lamonica, $250,000 because they failed to provide her with a sign language interpreter when she was admitted to the hospital. And joining me this morning is Susan Lamonica. We also have her attorney, Alan Rich, and also joining us is her family. We have Dawn-Marie Vitale, who is interpreting for us, and also Linda Geiger and Arlene Vitale. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning. My first question will be to Alan. Alan, congratulations. This is obviously a victory for you and your client. What will this judgment mean?
Well, this means this is a very important decision for people who are deaf and people with all disabilities. It really says that, notwithstanding that in this suit and many other suits, hospitals have never taken this kind of case seriously, that people have the right to understand the nature of their care. Susan went in for double bypass surgery, and her doctor never spoke to her through an interpreter. She never understood what was the nature of the condition, what was going to happen to her, and what was going to be her rehabilitation process. The jury heard the doctor, the jury heard her, and the family members. The jury read the entries in the record that said she needed an interpreter, and they believed her.
Now, Linda, is the family happy with the decision?
Yes, we're very happy. And we're hoping that the hospitals will realize that they have to have some kind of definite policy put in place, not just in black and white in a book, but the actual services to provide to deaf and know how to handle a deaf patient when they come in. It's so important.
So you're hoping that other patients won't have to go through what your grandmother went through 3 years ago?
Not. I really hope not. I hope this really does start the hospitals paying more attention to deaf patients.
Now, Dawn-Marie, can you ask Susan what she feels about this?
Exactly what do you want me to say?
Ask her what she's feeling right now about the decision. And she could answer, right? She said she's happy?
Very happy.
She's very happy. Okay.
I can't believe it.
You can't believe?
I can't believe it.
She can't believe it, and she's very happy. Well, Susan Lamonica, thank you so much for coming out here to join us all the way from Long Island. And I understand that you're going to be holding a press conference later to discuss the implications of this decision. Correct, Alan?
Right. It's a case that will have national implications, and we're hoping that deaf people will begin to understand that they can enforce these rights, and that the hospitals will begin to realize that they have to abide by the law.
Okay, now we did try to contact both hospitals, North Shore Hospital and Southside Hospital in Bay Shore, but our calls were not returned. So that's the latest out here. Bill, back to you.
Negligent in communicating with her during her respective stays.
Following a week-long trial, a 74-year-old deaf woman from Shirley has come away with a $250,000 settlement in her suit against North Shore University Hospital of Manhasset and Southside Hospital of Bay Shore. Susan Lamonica claimed both hospitals ignored her need for a sign language interpreter.
2 days ago, a federal jury in Long Island said that deaf people are also first-class citizens. It was the first time that a case like this had ever gone to trial.
Lamonica underwent successful double bypass surgery at North Shore in March of '94 with 3 months of rehab at Southside to follow. According to niece Linda Geiger, her aunt thought she was dying because she was not able to fully understand what was happening to her.
That I was being totally ignored, and she was being totally ignored, and my other family members were being totally ignored.
We had basically been laughed at in this and every other case by every hospital who we've sued, and I think they're stopping their laughing now.
Lamonica hopes the results of her case will serve others in a similar situation.
I'm very proud.
To further illustrate his point, Rich took out this blow-up copy of the New York State Patient's Bill of Rights and pointed right to Clause Number 1, which states that if a patient does not understand his or her rights, an interpreter must be provided for them. In Midtown Manhattan, Pete Palomaro, News 55.
Now, Alan Rich says he has similar suits pending against other hospitals in our area, and in some he claims the lack of a sign language interpreter resulted in a misdiagnosis.